Anyway, load up this clip. Yeah.
Wait for this moment. Where the shit go? Boom.
All right, man. This is coming all the way from Scott Storch, man. And if you didn't know, he was a part of the Roots. Everybody might not know that story. So let's go ahead and click in and see what this man got to say.
I started in the Roots and did a lot of stuff for them. Very underappreciated, and I was the guy who, again, came up with a lot of the nucleus of what that shit was. And I left the group and was told that I was like the Pete Best of the Roots. Pete Best is the guy that quit the Beatles.
Left the Beatles, yeah.
And even my girlfriend broke up with me because of that and said, "Oh, you fucked up," and this and that. I was like, "No, I didn't. I see bigger. I'm not going to go on the road with a bunch of guys that don't appreciate me and be like, that's the white guy who plays keys in the Roots." So no, I'm the fucking guy coming up with all the shit.
They didn't appreciate you.
Not at all. As
There was
a matter
a
of fact,
falling
they
out.
called me the white devil. And I'm like the most harmonious, loving, non-racist person ever. When I went to tell the people in the Roots that I was still talking to sort of that I was going to work with Dre, they were like, you working with Dre 10 years too late, bro. Good luck. Like, yeah. And we went on the run of runs.
Did they
and
really
we lit
say
up?
that?
Yeah, they're just all haters.
What happened to those guys?
They're on the Jimmy
They're
Fallon
on
show
Jimmy
as a house
Fallon, the
band.
Roots, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to just dog them out, whatever. That was a part of my journey.
Same group, yeah. Can you pull them up, Rob? They're on Jimmy Fallon every single night.
Damn.
So yeah, man, that was a lot of people might not know about his early beginnings. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that at first when I first heard of Scott Storch. I didn't know that he was working with the Roots. That's something I found out later on, so that definitely surprised me. But I didn't know why he left the Roots. But if you the Roots, are you kicking yourself in the ass? Like, damn, because that nigga did go on to perform or produce some huge hits for niggas like The Game, for niggas like Dr. Dre. That nigga, he was all over that 2001 Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? Playing those keys on those songs that we love from Dr. Dre. What do you think about that, bro? I mean, do you think the fucking Roots is like, yo, we fucked up on that, or hey, everybody did what they were supposed to do?
Listening to the story, everybody did what they were supposed to do. Can you imagine Scott Storch not making those hits and being with the Roots? You're right. You can't even imagine it. So everything worked out the way it was supposed to work out.
Well, that's what I mean. But did it? That's all I'm saying. Did it work out well for the Roots, or did it work out more so for Scott Storch? Because, like I say, even though the Roots had some hits, Scott Storch was making some mega hits over there with Dre, and they could have been their songs. Who knows?
But I'm saying, he would have never learned that shit if he would have never went over there with Dre. So you can't say he would have gave them a Dre sound. You see what I'm saying? He only learned that shit because he left the Roots. You can't say he would have gave them, I'm gonna give the Roots this. No. But I understand the fact that he left because he wanted to. He felt like he outgrew them.
Well, he ain't say that. He said he felt underappreciated. Meaning they like you said, they were just calling him the white boy on the keys. But you got to remember, he did tracks like the track with Erykah Badu, one of probably the best or the most notable Root track. In the world,
Yeah.
He did that track, bro. So I think I don't know.
Why didn't you understand that vein?
Tracks like that, I don't know, bro. That's crazy.
Okay, you got to ask yourself this question: why didn't the Roots want to keep him or stay in that vein of making those type of songs? At least one per CD. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how it was at that time back in the day. So you got to ask yourself, why didn't the Roots want to keep him around for that?
I don't know, bro. I just think that it ultimately worked out better for Scott Storch because being on your own, well, first of all, since you're not in a production camp anymore, now you getting more of the pie. You know, now you the nigga that's doing all the production, you playing the keys, you doing this where you was sharing it with guys before. So now you get to enjoy your biggest paydays with less money, with less people in your pocket. So, you know, I would say it worked out for both, but I just think that it probably worked out a little bit better in Scott Storch's favor. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying that from the jump. I don't know if that
And
got
they could have had that, but they let it go. You know, they let it go.
that's what I
They
said from the
let it
jump.
go.
It worked out better for him because he worked out or ended up working with Dre. Like he wouldn't have got that with the Roots, staying with them.
Possibly, but like I say, man, when they you got me, you know what I'm saying? That right there was
Possibly,
great.
but nah,
That's
man, you gotta take that shot on your own. You gotta take that shot on your own, bro. You can't come with a group.
hey, I ain't mad at that,
He ain't worked
man.
too many. He ain't worked with too many groups since NWA. Dr. Dre ain't touched a group since NWA, bro. So he wanna work with them and be like, oh yeah, Scott Storch is that nigga. Let me like, nah. Only way Scott Storch was gonna make it to Dre was like, fuck it, I'm gonna make it to Dre, and that's what happened.
Well,
You think Scott Storch would have stayed with the Roots? What you think would have
Yeah, you think, based off what y'all was talking about, if you
happened? No,
was,
no, not what we was talking about. I'm asking you a question.
what's up?
If Scott Storch stayed with the Roots, what you think would happen?
I think he would have got lost, you know what I'm saying, in the sauce, meaning that, he would have never been able to shine on his own and got the, starlight that he would have got if he would have stayed with the Roots. You know what I'm saying? Whether they was hating on him or not, regardless of that, I don't think he would have got the shine, period. So it was better for him to step out on his own so he could do his own thing.
Yeah, I concur
sure, I ain't
because
mad at that,
with
man.
the
Hey,
with the with the Roots, you're just a brand. You're not Scott Storch, even though that's what you're doing, whether you're underappreciated or not. But the fact that man know how he did what he like, that's crazy.
Right. I don't know about all the hate on him or not or whatever, but at the end of the day, a white dude, you know what I'm saying, who's got shot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nigga. Stop.
Yeah, you can never shine.
That couldn't even market that, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of like market Bobby Caldwell back in the day. He was white until the video came out, but they didn't have no face on the album cover. It was just like a sunset type of deal. But my bad to get off course, but yeah, I don't
no,
think
it's all good, man.
he would have.
The
You
Roots
know what I'm
fucked up,
saying?
man.
It
The
made
Roots
it made
fucked
his
up.
thing. Bruce fucked up.
The Roots fucked up, man.
Like,
The Roots fucked up. The Roots fucked up, Cuddy. You know
good
how you
Bruce.
slice it. It definitely worked out for Scott Storch, and it worked out for the Roots. The Roots went on to do big things. They have, like I say, they have they are the permanent resident band of the Jimmy Fallon show, so you get national coverage every time that show come on. So they are great.